Alright, we'll be looking at solving simultaneous equations, simultaneous equations using the elimination method. So these are two equations here. We have equation 1 and we have another equation here, equation 2. How do we solve it so that we can get the values of x and y that make the two equations to be true? So before you start solving, you ask yourself, which of the unknowns, x or y, would you eliminate? Which one, is it the x or the y you want to eliminate? So that's why it's called elimination method. So if you choose to eliminate the x, you start by making sure that the coefficient, that is the number that is actually close to the unknown, multiplying the unknown, in this equation 1, 3, must be equal to the what? Coefficient that's multiplying the x in this equation 2. But these ones, they are not equal. So if you want to do that, you can say, let me use the coefficient of this one, because the coefficient of this x is 1. Let me use to multiply this equation through. Then you use the coefficient of this x in this equation 1 to multiply this equation through this equation 2. So by so you'll be able to get 3 here, you get 3 here. But if you check the coefficient of y, we already have minus 2 and 2 here. Numerically 2 and 2, they have the same coefficient, but they have different signs. So when they have the same sign, plus plus or minus minus, you subtract equation 1 from equation 2 or equation 2 from equation 1, anyhow you want to do it. Then when they have different signs like plus and minus, you add, in as much as you have been able to make the coefficients equal. So looking at these two equations, y here has minus 2, y here has plus 2. So the signs are minus and plus. So it means that we are going to actually add them. Are you seeing? Because the coefficients are the same, so they are just having minus and plus. So you come here, you add them up. Let me add this equation to this. So put it like this and put plus. So this plus is like multiplying through this whole equation. So we say 3x plus x will be what? Will be 4x minus 2y plus multiplying plus will be plus, minus 2y plus 2y is 0. So we have minus 2 plus 2y is 0. So this is 0. No need to write it there. Then our equality sign is here. Minus 12 plus 4 give us minus 8. So in other words, we have this equation as 4x equals to minus 8, which should not be, you divide both sides by 4. So you end up getting x equals to minus 2. That is the value of x. So you can choose any of the equation here to substitute minus 2 for x. Any of the equation, either equation 1 or equation 2. So I choose in equation 1. So I will have 3 bracket x is minus 2 minus 2y equals to minus 12. So this is going to be this 3 times minus 2 minus 6 minus 2y equals to minus 12. So let's take this minus 6 to the other side. We have minus 2y equals to minus 12 plus 6. So we have minus 2y equals to minus 6. So divide both sides by minus 2. What do you get? This will take away this. You have y. Y this one, we have what? 3. If minus should divide minus, it will be plus. So 2 divided 6 is 3. So therefore we have x as equals to minus 2 and what? Y as equals to what? 3. So if you decide to choose to eliminate x, now you can see that the coefficient of x in equation 1 and the coefficient of x in equation 2, they are not equal. So what you do is you multiply the coefficient of equation 1, you multiply equation 1 by the coefficient of x in equation 2. So it means that the coefficient of x in equation 2 is 1, so it will be 1 times 3x minus 2y equals to minus 12. Then you multiply equation 2 by the coefficient of x in equation 1. You have 3 times bracket x plus 2y equals to 4. So if you multiply them, you have 1 times 3x, you have 3x, 1 times minus 2y, then we have equals to minus 12. 3 times x is 3x, 3 times plus 2, we have plus 6, y, plus 6y, then 3 times 4 is 12. So you can see that we have been able to make the coefficient of x in this equation. So we call this one equation 3, we call this one equation 4, because they are not different from the beginning equation. So now since they are not equal, this one is the coefficient of this x in equation 3 is positive, the equation of x in the equation 4 is also positive. And I said if you have plus plus or minus minus, you subtract. See, so since it is plus plus, let us subtract so that we can eliminate x. So minus, so 3x minus 3x is 0, minus 2y, minus times this plus 6y will be what? Minus 6y. So it means that minus 2y minus 6y, because this minus, when you use it to multiply this, will give you minus 6y. Because this 3x, when you say 3 times 3x, it is minus 3. So if you say 3x minus 3, it is 0. So minus 2y minus plus 6y is going to be minus 2y minus 6y. So it is minus what? Minus 8y equals to minus times this 12 is minus 12. So minus 12 minus 12 will be minus what? 24. So you can divide both sides by minus 8. Minus 8. You have y equals to what? 3. So you can substitute 3. Substitute 3 for y in any of the equation. You can decide to use equation this equation here. In equation 2. So you come here and say x plus 2, y is already 3, equals to what? Equals to 4. So x will now be what? 2 times this plus 2 times this is 6, equals to 4. So let's take this 6 to the other side. Let's take the 6 to the other side. It becomes x equals to 4 minus 6. So you get x as equals to what? Minus 2. Therefore your x is minus 2 and your y is what? 3. So we have been able to solve it either by eliminating y or by eliminating what? X. You can see that we got the same answer. For this one, when eliminated x, you got -2, and 3. When you eliminated y, you got the same thing here as -2, -3. So this is the elimination method. Sweet mathematics, simple as ABC. Thank you.